The future of the circus is bleak.
Alert. 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 Another bad opinion.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm the listener's mom, and I just wanted to say that Another Bad Opinion is my favorite podcast.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Another Bad Opinion podcast. My name is Ben Prentiss. I'm your little host for the evening. And man, episode 13. I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. Quick little housekeeping to get out of the way that you guys probably don't care about. But I think I'm going to start recording my podcast on Thursdays now. At the moment, it's Friday morning. I have a little less free time on Thursdays, but the thing is, every Thursday night, I have a little improv show with my little improv troupe in college. And afterwards, we go out and we have fun. So Friday mornings, little rough. I could use some sleep. You get what I'm putting down. So the news will be even more late. But here's the thing. If you're coming to me for your news, it's a bad idea. So I don't think you guys will care. If you do care, let me know in the comments. I can, hey, this is for you guys as much as it is for me. So we're a family, we can work together. We can make decisions as one. It's not all Ben Prentiss making all the decisions all the time. Oh my gosh. Let's get into the news. What do you say? What do you want? Do you want the news? This is a family. We're not going to make all the decisions all the time. Also, somebody told me that they like the longer format, just adding that extra 5 minutes, because I kind of slow it down a little bit, and they said it's better when I slow down. Did you guys hear me burp earlier? You remember that weird pause? I couldn't tell if you could hear the burp or not. It won't be edited. It's not going to be edited out because I don't have time to do that. Let's get into the news. Sergeant Christy Kingsry. Kristen Kingry. How much more could I have fucked that name up? Is suing the Army and the Air Force. She's a 37-year-old lesbian woman, and apparently men above her had been telling her to grow her hair out, wear makeup, and appear more feminine or face professional consequences. And she apparently successfully applied for a job that she was more than qualified for and didn't get it. So she's suing. Good for fucking you. My thing is, why does the Army want that? Look at every other person in the Army and the Air Force. They look like nerds. They got their fucking head shaved. They got that shitty little buzz cut. I don't understand wanting somebody to look more feminine in the Army. It makes no sense. Your whole thing is that you're supposed to be these macho, tough guys and tough women. Why can't... I feel like, if anything, lesbian women... This is a big stereotype here. I don't think all lesbian women look this way. But, I think you would want a less feminine looking woman in the Army, no? What's the issue? What's the fucking issue? You're mad because this woman is tough and cool and has a cool little short hair? Fuck you. God damn. I hope she wins a ton of money. Because if you're going to put your life on the line for this country, I think you should be able to look however the fuck you want to look. And you shave everyone else's head. Why do you want them to have longer hair? It doesn't make sense to me. Speaking of wars, new war dropping soon? New war dropping? I'm sure you guys have I guess there's a world in which you haven't heard about this at all. But Russia, Russia and Ukraine seem to be getting into it a little bit. There's a lot of talk about Russia invading Ukraine, And, countries like the UK and I believe even the US have sent some troops into Ukraine. I don't believe anything I say. Search it up yourself and figure it out. I don't do that. I have a lot of stuff going on, and I just read like one article and then kind of hope I remember what's going on. But I believe there's a chance. But it seems like in the past couple of days, tensions have kind of cooled down a little bit. But we'll see. Here's what I'll say. I hope there's not another war. I know that's going to, bother some listeners. I know that some people aren't going to like that, what I have to say. But gosh darn it, I don't think there should be another war. I don't think we should be killing each other. I think we should all just try to get along. And call me controversial, but I don't want to see another life spared for the sake of greed and power. So, I know it's controversial. I know that some of you guys are just absolutely wreathing in your car right now, and thinking, man, this guy, boy, I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him one bit. But sucks to be you, I guess. You're stuck listening to me in your car. Is wreathing a word? Is wreathing a word? I hope so. If it's not, leave a comment. Say, hey, you stupid fuck. Wreathing's not a word. Or you at least used it really wrong. I think it's a word, right? Here's something cool that should have happened a long time ago. California school children are now required to get vaccinated. Oh, I was trying to clap and then is this peaking? No, audio's good on this clap. Beautiful work, Ben. I accidentally hit the cord on my mic, so I didn't do it great, but that's awesome. That is awesome. Why haven't vaccines been required so much sooner? There are other vaccine requirements in the world already. You have to get some shots to go to school. Even college, you have to get like tetanus shot in the, I don't want to sound stupid, but you have to get some shots. So it's about fucking time we're requiring vaccines. But I guess it just means people who weren't going to get the vaccine they're uneducated enough to not want to learn anything. So, whoa, that was a rough one. That just slipped on out. Am I a little mad today about the world? Am I a little mad about society today? Yeah, I am. Here's something that I'm deeply, deeply upset about. Circus acts are now having to move to TikTok. That's right. The circus is dying. People don't want to see big-ass elephants and people walking on them, I guess. People don't want to see people, like, running around on a ball. I'm trying to think of what happens at the circus. People don't want to see a man juggling bowling pins anymore. Or shall I say they don't want to see it in a weird circular tent while sitting in benches in a dirt floor. They want to see it on TikTok from the comfort of their own home. Just like everything in life. You guys don't even want to listen to this podcast in its original form. You just want to see the clips of it on TikTok. You know? I have a decent, I'm not going to say a lot. I have almost 100 followers combined on all those social medias. And there might be some overlap there that I don't even know about. Did I say over or under? Almost. I said almost, right? Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to be a podcaster. But I have a decent amount. I get a lot of likes at least. Okay, I'm not doing that great on social media either. But a lot more people like the social media posts than they do listen to podcasts. So even that, you guys just want to watch on TikTok. And look, here's the thing. If somebody some big-breasted woman was sticking a sword down her throat, a fiery sword down her throat on my For You page, I would watch it, but I wouldn't pay $7 to go sit in a tent and watch that happen. So yeah, fuck the circus is my official statement. Fuck the circus. Why you walking on elephants? They do that, right? Is there lion taming in the circus? Because I would actually see that. I would actually love to see a lion eat a man live. He would obviously have to consent to it. I wouldn't want to. That's bleak. Let's get away from that. Robot. What just happened? My brain just started reading. I guess I could just read it. Robot performs successful keyhole surgery on a pig. That's right. For the first time ever, a robot performed a surgery on a pig. They say it's the next step in robots eventually doing surgery on humans, which I don't want in the slightest. Why, man? Surgeons spend so much of their life working towards being a fucking surgeon. It's one of the most precise skills in the world, and you want to leave it up to a fucking Tesla that just apparently, how many accidents have there been? Teslas. There have been quite a few. I don't know the official numbers, and if you like Teslas, don't get mad at me. But there have been. It's a great piece of machinery. It's a revelation in technology. Don't get me wrong. But just because it's a revelation doesn't mean we should do it. Because one mistake from the surgery robot and your whole fucking body just got sliced open. Think about when you're trying to render, when you're the power it takes when you're just trying to upload your podcast from your little MacBook. The fucking one crash of that little machine and your body is sliced in half. A robot holding a fucking knife inside your open, exposed body. One mistake and you're fucking toast. I hate the idea of robots doing surgery. And if I ever need surgery, I will make sure it's not from a fucking robot. Did we have surgery in the first? I think, is episode 1 Sleepy Surgeons Need Love 2? Damn, it all comes around full circle. I think this is the last episode of the podcast ever. I'm joking. I am joking. Don't worry. 52 episodes. Well, 100,000 episodes. We're doing it for the rest of our lives. I'm gonna stop the podcast for a second. I know this. There's no way you're still with me. There's just simply no way you're still with me today, because it's been an absolute shit show. But I like doing this, man. It's fun. It's a fun time. It's cool because I can talk to myself like I do constantly. But there's a context now, so it doesn't make me as weird as it would, or doesn't make me weirder. That's for you to decide. Let me know in the comments. Do you think me talking to myself and then uploading it onto the internet makes me weirder or less weird than just talking to myself normally? Because I do these bits before. There is somewhat of a writing process mentally. I think about what I'm going to say a little bit. Obviously not all the time, but I do. Here's a headline that I read that I thought was really kind of fucking hilarious. Science says Zoom fatigue is real. And it's worse when you don't like your face. Yeah, I can imagine. If you're fucking ugly as shit, it probably sucks being on Zoom when you're just sitting there and you got to look at your shitty little face and you got to be like, fuck, I'm disgusting. I'm so horrid looking. And you have to do that all day, just looking at your ugly little fucking self. Jesus, what happened there? I was probably talking to myself, probably some deep lying issue that I have unresolved. I'll talk to my therapist about that. Haha. By the way, this episode is sponsored by, just kidding, I wish. We will get a sponsor one day, But here's the thing. Not many people want to give money to someone who only gets 3 listeners every episode. That's right. I've been saying 7 this whole time. Oof. Last episode was not 7. We got 3 listeners, and one of them was me. But we're still going strong, baby. We're having a fun time. Let's get into the advice segment. Woo! It's your favorite time of year. This could be a sponsored advice segment. So if any brands out there want to give me millions of dollars, feel free. If I'm getting my advice today from r/advice, but if you, Cindy, if you want advice, Cindy, you can email me at bengivemebadadvice@gmail.com. Ben, give me bad advice @gmail.com. 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 And then I can read your little troubles, your little stupid issues on the podcast and tell you that you should just grow up. All right, let's get into it. This is coming from r/advice. My boss wants me to fire another employee to show I'm management worthy, but the employee doesn't deserve it. So I'm a manager in training, and my boss wants me to fire another employee who's never done anything wrong, always works hard and shows up on time, never calls in, hell, goes above and beyond what I would even do. But my manager says it's to learn how to do hard things sometimes you don't want to do. That he typed that weird. That's not on me. If the budget calls for cuts. I don't see this as a practical way to teach someone. I can't fire someone who doesn't deserve it in the slightest. What do? Don't fire him. Don't fucking fire him. Be a better manager than the shitty little guy who's telling you to fire somebody. Here's my biggest issue in society. It's all about money. Whatever happened to the good old days where we were just looking out for each other, you know? What happened to the good old days where one man and one woman and one child would bring soup over to their neighbors just for the sake of it? Whatever happened to the good old days where my corn was your corn? I also just realized that in those times there was, we were taking land from Native Americans and enslaving black people. So, never mind. There were never good times. We were never actually looking out for each other. Now that I think about it. That sucks. That's a tough realization. Not that I've never realized that, but don't you just sometimes wish, it wasn't all so fucked up? Tell me about it. Where do I go from here? What was my advice segment? No, don't fire the guy. If he doesn't deserve it, don't fire him. Be a better employee. I'm sure you're probably underpaying him anyways. So it's okay. Him or her. Fucking Ben, man. Women can work too. Women are allowed to work. Get this through your head. Get this through your sick little skull, boyo. Women are allowed to work, guys. I'm aware of that. I'm sorry that my default is always he or him. There are also non-binary people and gender non-conforming, so them is also on the table. And quite frankly, I should just be using them every time. Was this episode funny? Well, let me finish up my advice. What do you say? Don't fire them. Don't fire this hardworking employee. They work hard. You're probably underpaying them anyways. Fire your boss. Do a citizen's arrest type thing. Fire your boss. Say this is a citizen's firing. You can do that now. Did you know about that? Any employee is allowed to fire their boss anytime they're being an asshole. So just do that. Fire your boss. That's my official advice for the podcast. I hope this episode was funny. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a little review, a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening to, if it allows for it. Or just drop a like, a little comment. Share it with your friends, maybe. Say, hey, I know this is going to make me seem really weird, but there's this really awkward little niche podcast that he has no fucking clue what he's doing. But every once in a while, he says some really depressing shit and then laughs about it. And it kind of makes me chuckle. And you can tell your friends that, and then they'll be like, hey, I'm also depressed, and sometimes I laugh about it. So this sounds like a great little partnership. Because at the end of the day, we're one big happy family. So I had fun today. I hope you guys did too. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. If you got this far, thank you so much. Then I normally say something along the lines of, see you guys next week. Stay hydrated.
Let's go.